We're back again, rants from the traffic jam. We're in Peterborough, end of the A47 dual carriageway where it meets the A15. They've had roadworks up here for ages. I don't exactly know what they're doing. Apparently they're putting in another slip lane. So far I think it's took them about a year. Why they can't just get it done quick, I don't know. I bet there's 3 weeks work there for a group of blokes. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to look at roadworks when they're going on around and about you, and you've got to ask yourself the question, does it really need to take as long as it takes? They built the M1 from St Albans all the way up to Catthorpe at Rugby. It took them 17 months. That's with all the road bridges, the railway bridges, all of the service centres, the service stations, and all the slip roads on and off, everything, all done in 17 months. Now if they can build 60 miles, 58 miles, something like that, of motorway in 17 months, surely they can put in a slip lane in about 3 weeks. I really don't know why it takes them so blooming long. This hold up I've got now, I mean, a lot of it, again, I tell you what, they've got a lane out, lane 1 of the dual carriageway, still 200 yards away where the lane's closed, and people are still going right up to the end of it and then cutting in, holding everybody else up. I tell you what, it pisses me off big time. You know, why people just can't wait their turn. Yeah, okay, I know what some of you might think. You might think, well, why don't you go and do it yourself? Well, that just makes me as bad as every other arsehole on the road then, doesn't it? And that's not what it's all about, is it? We've got too much traffic on the roads. The roads are not big enough anyway to cope with the traffic we've got. So why make it even worse? You know what I mean? I work on the roads. I'm on the roads all day, every day. That's my job. That's my living. That's what I do. And, you know, I don't want to contribute to making the roads even worse, if you know what I mean. I know, yeah, okay, just by being on the road I'm probably making it worse, but you know, it's just an annoying thing. But being on the road, yeah, I did last year 70,000 mile, the year before that 75,000 mile. That's just in the van. Then I've got the car, which I use for my own use. I did have a motorbike up until earlier this year, which I sold that, although I didn't do too many mile on the motorbike. 2 years ago actually, between MOTs, I'd only done 300 mile on it, so it's not a lot, is it? But in the car, I mean, I'm pulling out 30,000 mile a year in the car as well, so add all those up, wanker, add all those up, that's 100,000 mile a year or thereabouts. So yeah, I think I'd like to say, you know, I'll get around and I'll use the roads quite a bit. Today we are going to Whiz Beach for a little delivery, and then off to a place called Bungay in Norfolk.
Take second exit to A47.
Thank you. Know it all Nelly again. I said Norfolk. It's got a Norwich postcode. It's actually in Suffolk. It's one of these weird little places where all the locals have got 6 fingers, you know, they all know the sisters and things like that. But by the by, pretty little place, miles out in the middle of nowhere. I was there last night as well, so yeah, I had a delivery there yesterday. Same place that I'm going to today. The company that I do my driving for probably get half a dozen drops a week there, so you know, it's something that's quite, you know, quite a frequent job that I do. Problem today is it's Friday, so you're going to have every nutter on the road. Everybody wants to get somewhere quicker than you really ought to, and to be honest with you, I don't want to be hanging around too much. I need to be home as quick as I can. I'm just looking at the clock now, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm only at Peterborough still, so I've still got a fair way to go, and then to get back across to Leicester. I'll probably have time when I get home tonight to grab a quick shower, grab a quick meal, a bite to eat. Friday nights is traditionally takeout night, so I'm going to get to have my favourite chicken curry and a bit of special fried rice, and then it's back on the road. It's in the car, and the drive up to Andy Creek where I've got my caravan for the last time this year. That'll be. Yes, thank you, darling. I'm going to sign off now because we're out of the jam, we're out of the traffic, and I don't really want to be talking so much while we're driving, certainly at any speed. So I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you later. Ta-da now. Well, that's it. We're back again now. We've done the Whiz Beach delivery. What a dump Whiz Beach is. You know, it's not a very big place, and you kind of think Whiz Beach, is it Cambridgeshire? It is just, isn't it? Norfolk. And you think it's on the fens, you think it's all farming, it's all going to be a nice quaint little market town. Well, actually the centre of it is, but where I've just been on the industrial estate, I think every fruit and veg lorry in the country's just turned up at the same time. It's an absolute nightmare. It's just took me half an hour to get into, not even into Whiz Beach, but into the industrial estate. So I'm stuttering a bit there, wasn't I? And you see, it works me up that much. And then to get out, God, I'm in a queue again. It's half a mile from where I've been, from the A47, which is the main road that I need down.
First exit to A47.
There you go, you see, know it all, Nelly knows. And I'm an hour and a half now away from Bungay, which is that, sort of say, little inbred place in, I'm not going to say in the middle of, because it's not in the middle of anywhere. There is a debate whether or not it is actually in Norfolk or it's actually in Suffolk. It's right off the beaten track though. But yeah, I'm an hour and a half away from there, which is going to put it now at, just having a quick glance at the old watch, it's 3 o'clock now. That's 4:30. And don't forget, that's if there's no delays as well. So that's 4:30, 5 minutes to drop off, 4:30. It's 3 hours to get home. So we're looking at 7:30 minimum now by the time I can get home tonight. And the traffic is horrid. It's about time they actually built a motorway out these parts, isn't it? Or I don't know if anybody drives along the A47 who's watching this, but it really is a nightmare of a road. I mean, it's one of those sort of what they call the trunk roads, you know, it's a major highway. Yeah, they've put a few bits of dual carriageway here and there, but yeah, okay, it's only good if you want to overtake a couple of trucks, but the dual carriageways are only short affairs, they don't last long. I think the longest one is, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's East Dereham, or it might be that other place that's along the A47, and I think that one's 6 miles long. There's one that I'm going to be going on to in a minute, which is 5 miles long.
To A47.
You see Kings Lynn, they've got that bit of a bypass at Kings Lynn, but there's only about a mile of dual carriageway, the rest of it's single lane. It's not a good road, it's really not. Peterborough's alright if the traffic moves, but then from Peterborough to Leicester, it's only single lane road. Anyway, I've been ranting, I've been getting everything completely wrong with what I'm saying, I suppose. You see, I'm trying to concentrate on 2 things at once, which isn't always that good. So I am going to sign off because I am actually back on the A47.
Continue 3 miles,
Happy days.
then enter roundabout.
Let's get going. Know it all, Nellies. Yeah, I know where I'm going, love. And we'll catch you later. Anyway, this is going to be a bit of a dark one. I know you can't see the screen very well. Well, you can see the screen, but you can't see much on it. Trust me, I'm there somewhere. There we go. That's only because the brake light of the car in front has gone on. I'm at Kings Lynn on the A47, on that little dual carriageway bit. You call it the Kings Lynn bypass, the one that goes over the river. Anyway, earlier there was an accident at the island where the A47 and the A17 meet, and there was a motorcyclist involved. The bike was on its side, but the guy was sat up. There were a couple of paramedics around him, but he seemed to be coherent. It didn't look to me at the time as though there was any problem. Now that's 3 o'clock, or it was about 3 o'clock time, 3:30. It's now 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm still not back home then. And we've been stuck in this traffic now for quite a bit of time. And obviously, it's still not clear. Now, it didn't look to me as though there were anything else involved in this. It just looked like the guy had probably come off his bike. It didn't appear as though there was any other cars involved or anything like that. So, what's getting me is why is it taking so long to get the traffic moving again? Now, I think this is one of the key problems that we've got, you know, is whenever there is an accident, they don't seem to get it clear very quick. Now, you can go to some countries, not that I've been to a lot of places, but from what driving colleagues of mine tell me, certainly over on the continent, you know, if there's been an accident, it's clear sometimes within minutes, and they've got the traffic moving again. Everything's either put onto the hard shoulder or onto a grass verge or something, and it's important for them to keep the traffic going. Now, that's fine. That's great. There probably isn't as much traffic over on the continent as there is over here. They reckon it's one of the most densely populated road networks in the world across here. And what is it, 35 million cars or 35 million vehicles on the road. And trust me, on a Friday, I think they are all on the road as well. So it just sort of beggars belief, really, why they do seem to take so long. But especially this time of the day on a Friday, when there are so many people on the road all wanting to get somewhere as quick as possible, you know. Anyway, like I said, we're still here. There's about 70 miles still to go to get back home. In fact, probably just a little bit more than that. King's Lynn is actually the closest seaport to Leicester. Just a bit of information there, a bit of trivia. And 17 mile up the side of the Wash is Hunstanton, and that is the closest seaside resort to Leicester. And quite strange, really, although it's the closest, there doesn't appear to be that many people from Leicester that go there. They all prefer Skegness, which is further away, and to be quite honest with you, Skegness is a dump. Now, I know I've got my caravan just 10 mile away from Skegness, but where my caravan is, it's really peaceful, it's really quiet, it's nice, it's pleasant, it's very, very rural.
At roundabout, take first exit to Pullover Road.
Ah, I would love to. And yeah, that completely lost my train of thought there. Yeah, it's really nice. Skegness is 10 mile away. Skegness is an absolute dump though. It's quite a dirty place. The seafront is showing its age. They've tried to do some improvements here and there, but very sort of, how can I put it? It's tacky, you know, as in ticky tacky. Yeah, it's the kind of place where you get the certainly you get the youngsters going quite a lot. It's kind of aimed, I think, these days for younger people rather than for families. You got all the nightlife there and whatever. We've got Ingermells as well, or Ingold Mills. There's a market there, there's a fun fair. A guy that owned the area toward the seafront in Ingermells, he used to own all the land, had this dream in the 1980s that he wanted to turn it into a rival for Blackpool, and he's ploughed in a lot of money. They've got roller coasters and they've got fun fairs, and they really did spend a lot of money. They repute it to be the biggest outdoor market in Europe or something. And I don't think of a market as where you're going to go and buy fruit and veg and all nice things like that. The whole place is full of rip-off clothes. You know, you'll buy Gucci, you'll buy Yves Saint Laurent and things like that. And oh hell, got a bit of clearance here, and none of it is genuine stuff. Yeah, it's a complete rip-off. But it gets the crowds going in there, you know. But it's one of those places that, again, is filthy. All the caravans are tightly packed. There's supposed to be a minimum distance between caravans in case they ever have to get an emergency vehicle around them and things like that. Looks like there's been another accident on this stretch of road. It's not the one that I saw earlier. Yes, indeed there has. So we're going to be clear from it in a moment, which is my cue to go. So once again, I'm going to say goodbye, good night, whatever, and I'll catch you soon. There's the blue flashing lights. Look, hey, don't that look good? What about that for effects? Hey, do like that. No, there's not even anything on the road. I don't know why they're blocking all the road off. There's a van broken down. Would you? It's on the slip road, on a road coming on. It's not even on this main road, and it's right at the end of the slip road. There's a van broken down. So they decide to block a lane off and block everybody else off. That's just cost me half an hour. Ah, it's typical. Anyway, see you later, folks.
Take first.